The Cancer Center at Southwestern Vermont Medical Center serves approximately 400 patients per year. Tonight, we are here for you and for all cancer patients, wherever they may be. Relay isn't about taking laps. It's about coming together in the fight against cancer. It's a time to remember those lost to the disease and to celebrate those who have survived. It is a place where people can connect with others, share the cancer experience, and find comfort and solace. It is an opportunity to build hope for the future, where cancer no longer threatens our lives and people we love. As volunteers and donors, your efforts support research, education, advocacy, and services that allow the American Cancer Society to help offer that hope to people across the country when they need it the most. I would like to honor our cancer survivors in attendance tonight by a show of hands and applause for their strength and courage. Let us look around us. If you are a newly diagnosed cancer patient for 1 day to 1 year, will you please raise your hand and be recognized? If you are a survivor from 1 to 5 years, please raise your hand and be recognized. From 5 to 10 years. To 15 years. 15 to 20 years. Anybody over 20? That is our goal in the future. I would like now to introduce our guest speaker. Dr. Michael Algus has been a past supporter and continues to be a volunteer and supporter at the Relay for Life.
Her friends were with her always. Some choose friendship. My father-in-law was a great guy. He was a real family man. The grandkids loved him. We always had a good relationship. He was strong until he became sick. His care became more difficult. My wife and I went down to New York to help and give my mother-in-law some respite. And my wife wanted to take my mother-in-law to lunch and go shopping in the afternoon. I and my father-in-law were to stay in the house together. Luckily, there was a good movie on TV. Now, this wasn't just any movie. This was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Those of you who are Clint Eastwood fans know that this is a classic epic Western. The movie has always been part of my life and always seems to pop up at important times. What sticks with me about this time is that we were just two guys watching a movie, not father-in-law and son-in-law, but just friends. It was a good afternoon. Some choose family as the most important aspect of their life. My dad had colon cancer. He needed major surgery. At the same time as the surgery, I was taking a board certification test for ICU medicine. This test was on the same day as the surgery. I was able to arrange to take the test at the same hospital. The test went well, the surgery was long. I was with my dad when he woke up. Obviously, he was groggy. He looked up at me. I was expecting that he would ask how the surgery went. What did they find? What's the prognosis? But no, this is not what he asked. He looked up at me and he asked, how was your test? Family was more important than his cancer. Some choose work. Dr. Maurer is well known to many. I had the pleasure and honor to work closely with Dr. Maurer. He was an excellent oncologist. He was intelligent, well-versed in cancer treatment, but especially in lung cancer. His bedside manner was wonderful. He made patients feel comfortable. Unfortunately, he developed cancer. Certainly, he was aware of the difficulties of his diagnosis. He underwent his treatment. As soon as he was able, he came back to work. Obviously, he defined himself by his work. He remained productive and a benefit to our community long after his diagnosis. We will long remember Herb Mantle. Many choose normalcy. My daughter had a friend who was diagnosed with cancer. He wanted his life to remain normal for him. He was an athlete, a soccer player. There was a reunion game to be played right here at MAU. At a time when others may have blown off the game, he decided he was going to play. A surprise for many, but not for him or his friends. He wanted his life to go on as usual, to be normal. One thing I hear often from patients and families is that they want their family life to be normal. It is a great comfort when everyday life continues as it typically should. Adults go to work, kids go to school, families gather for dinner. I often see that the best medicine in the hospital is family gathered at bedside. It's both calming and comforting. I'd like to talk about my uncle. He chooses humor. For years I've been telling my uncle's jokes. He's a periodontist. He's the kind of dentist who's working on your gums, and a typical dentist who tells funny jokes while his hands are in your mouth. Recently, he was diagnosed with lung cancer. He's done pretty well with radiation and chemotherapy, but sometimes he gets cranky and fatigued with chemo. What is interesting is his love of family. We have regular family gatherings. He loves these. However he is feeling, he totally perks up with these get-togethers. He chooses to tell jokes. My close friend's father was recently diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He's a very strong man with a very close family. He worked hard toward a cure. He had radiation, chemotherapy. There was a hope for a possibility of a surgical cure. Unfortunately, he worsened. He spent time in our hospital, then a university hospital. There were many doctors and nurses helping. There were many procedures, but he was getting tired. Eventually, he asked the healthcare professional what are his choices. He was told there could be more tests, more procedures, or he can go home, be comfortable, and probably enjoy his final summer. He looked at his wife and said, "Take me home." His choice was to come home, a particularly strong choice. This shows strength and resolve. He's now home with hospice. Palliative care and hospice is an integral part of cancer care. We are lucky to have this very important program. Finally, many of us choose hope, and that's why we're here tonight. We're here to provide hope for patients with cancer, their friends, and their families. Hope for better cancer screening. Hope for methods of early diagnosis. Hope for surgical cures. Hope for better chemotherapy. Hope for improved radiotherapy. And ultimately, a hope to cure cancer. That is why we are here tonight. Tonight, we choose to be family. We are friends. We are a team. We choose to walk together to cure cancer. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Alvis. This event is a true undertaking. It's almost like a wedding that never ends. Planning is 11 months long. This year, the cauldron will be lit by past and current chairs of the Relay for Life event. If you will all turn towards the cauldron to recognize them